Hey FlossTube, I'm Leslie, and I'm going to be calling my channel Fat Cat Flossing. I used to have a jewelry business, and I called it Fat Cat Finery, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just continue in the same vein. And a blog called Fat Cat Follies, but, you know, I'm stuck on a theme. What can I say? Anyway, my name's Leslie. I have been stitching since the probably mid-'80s, and I stitched a lot, all of the 80s and 90s. And I gave away almost everything I ever stitched, so I have very little to show for that. But around 2002, life just got kind of busy, got in the way, and I quit stitching until this past January 2017. I took it up again. I'm retired now, and gratefully so, and I have more time to stitch, and I have rediscovered my passion for it. And so I thought, since I have just tremendously enjoyed all the videos on FlossTube, and let me tell you, this is a dangerous thing because now I think I can. So we'll be following up with some finishing and project bag stuff if I really can. We'll see. But anyway, thank you to everybody who shared on FlossTube because you have really inspired and enabled me. God love me. So I just am anxious to be a part of that community and hopefully be able to give something back in some way. A little bit about me. I'm originally from South Texas. I now live in Northwest Arkansas. We moved here last year. My husband had a job change, and since my family is gone and we were going to be moving anyway, we decided that for him to come back to Arkansas would be a good thing. We live right next door to my in-laws, who I love dearly. My parents had both passed away, and so it is not quite the same as having them back, but it is the very next best thing, and I love them dearly, and they're just an absolute blessing in my life. I have one son. He's 36 years old now, and he is in the Army. He is currently stationed in Hawaii with my one and only grandson. So I'm lonely. I miss my son and my grandson, and I'm anxious for him to be restationed on the mainland so I can have more chance of seeing him periodically. One of the things that I do is breed and show Burman cats. I've been doing that since 2004, and they are my little babies to love on since I don't have my human kids handy. So don't be surprised when you see one or two cats or more run through at any given time because they think that they own the house, and I just kind of live here to open the cans for them. I worked for about 25 years as an RN before I retired, and happy to be retired, but I did love doing it. But it takes a toll on your back and knees, and finally that just caught up with me. And so now I am gratefully retired and happy to be sitting on my tail end, stitching more. So that's probably more than you ever wanted to know about me. So I'll talk a little bit about what I got going on, my whips, and a couple finishes I've had this year, and one and only FFO, and keep it short for today, and hopefully visit with y'all again soon in the future. So with that in mind, one of my whips is here. This is 123 Stitcher Street by Sam Sarah Designs, and I'm probably 50% done with it, and if I would just sit down and work on it, I could probably get done in a few days. It's a really cute little design, and it just spoke to me because it was Stitcher Street. I don't remember what the linen is. I think maybe it's a Picture This Plus linen. It's a really pretty yellow with kind of some tangerine shading in it. And I'm doing it in the recommended threads, which are the Sulky Petites. And I love that, you know, you basically bought the little package of thread, and they all came together. And I love stitching with one thread. I'm not uber crazy about the texture of the thread, but it looks good stitched. And as my eyes have gotten older, stitching on anything smaller than 28 count without a magnifying glass has become much more challenging. So this is 1/2 on 28 count, and it's been pretty easy to do. And you know, the threads are okay. Not my favorites. I love to work with silks more than anything. I can't afford to work exclusively in silk. So here we go. 123 Stitcher Street. Hopefully I'll have that finished maybe by the end of the month. We'll see. See what I get done. if I wasn't so distracted by FlossTube and YouTube and, you know, I think I can on the finishing and the project bags and all that kind of stuff, I would probably be getting more stitching done. We'll follow up with that if I actually get those things accomplished anytime soon. By the way, y'all may have noticed I talk with my hands a lot. Sorry if that's distracting. Here's my next whip. This is Land of the Free by Sam Sarah Designs. And the actual charted design is completely done. But since my son is in the Army, what I'm going to do is add another box and add his name and rank and the dates and U.S. Army in it and have that framed. I was planning on doing it for Christmas, but after I figured out how much it was going to cost to ship it to Hawaii, which is just ludicrously expensive, I've decided he's going to receive this further on down the line when he's back on the mainland. So anyway, got to add his name to it, and then that'll be done. And that's all stitched with the recommended GAST threads, 1/2 on 32 count. Doggone if I remember what it is. I'm terrible at remembering what I'm stitching on. I do know it's a 32 count neutral colored linen, but here we go. Porcelain. Vintage porcelain, but I'm not sure who the maker is. Sorry. I'll try to figure that out and put it in the comments if I can get my poop scraped together in one neat little box. This is the one, and by the way, I will apologize in advance for my potty mouth because poop is probably the least offensive thing you'll ever hear me say. I worked for years as an ER and flight nurse, and I worked around a lot of paramedics and cops and firemen, and hey, stop that now. Sorry, my furry children are being bad. Anyway, my vocabulary tends to kind of have a blue streak running through it, so sorry if that crops up. This is Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate, and I'm probably, I guess, maybe a little over halfway done with it. And it's 2/2 on 28 count. Guess what? I don't remember what. Clay Pebble. Clay Pebble is the name of it. I don't remember who the manufacturer is. Again, I'm really bad. Sorry. My brain is fried from all those years working as a nurse, and I just don't remember. If I figure it out, I'll let you know. Okay. I've got a couple of other things that are so not even started that I won't show them now. Maybe next time. We'll see. I think I said that I stitched a lot in the early, in the 80s, 90s, and then quit in 2002 probably. This was probably one of the last things I stitched before I quit and put it away for 15 years. This is, I think, a Mosey and Me pattern, although I'm not absolutely positive about that because, you know, let's face it, it's been 15 years and I have slept. Poorly and not enough, but I have slept. But anyway, this is a really cute little pattern, and it was stitched, I think, 3 strands over 1 on, I don't remember, this burlappy stuff. It's fiddler's cloth, maybe? I don't remember what it's called. Big shock. Anyway, this is going to be a gift for one of my very best friends of all time. I promised it to her back in 2002, but I have watched Vanna's videos. Thank you so much, Vanna. And this is going to be a flange pillow. I've got the material. Hey, stop it. My cats are being bad again. Anyway, I'm trying this week. I'm going to finish it and ship it off to her for Christmas, come hell or high water. You can quote me. Maybe. We'll see. This one I just finished, I guess, last week. This is a freebie from the Primitive Hair called Love Never Fails. And watching Vanna's finishing video on this is what inspired me to stitch it. I had this beautiful silk thread from Silks For You. And I was just, couldn't stand it. I had to stitch something with it. So I pulled this mystery material, which is, I think, a 25 count, maybe a 28, out of my stash. It's some type of even weave. I have no idea. It's white even weave, and it's from, 15 or 20 years ago. So mystery stuff. Pulled it out of my stash. I got this, and this is stitched up really quick. It's just 2 strands, 2/2 with the Silks For You, and that stuff was just absolutely a joy to work with. I've got a giveaway going right now on Stitch Mania and Cross Stitch Addicts, I think, for some of it, because I didn't realize what I was doing, and I ordered like 225 yards of it. So I have more than I'll be able to stitch with if I live to be 100. So look on those places and see if you can find those giveaways, and I'll pull those out at the end of this week. I did modify this a little bit to add our names at the top, and then change the year to 2002, since that's how long we've been together. And I'm going to finish this into a little flat fold, I think, because again, I think I can, because I've been watching Vanna's stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm so mad. I don't know if y'all can see, but I left this laying on my desk in a plastic bag. And one of my cats decided to pull it off and chew on it. And I don't think there are any actual holes. I think if I work with the linen, I can probably fix most of the damage, I hope. I really, really hope. Or elsewise, that finish is going to be trimmed really, really closely around it, because they didn't really get into any of the stitching, but he sure put his little teeth all over a lot of the linen. Anyway, cross your fingers for me on that one. Oh, and I was going to show I've got a couple of other FFOs from this year. Oh, my little heathens have absconded with it. I don't have it. I'll have to show that in the future. Yep, gone. Wonder what happened to it. It's a needle roll, and it's tied at the ends with ribbon. So, you know, of course, ribbon is irresistible to cats. So, God knows where I'll find it. I see it. Just a minute. I'll be back. So they didn't get far with it, just into the corner of the dining room. They did untie the ribbon, though, so I have to retie that. This is just a little needle roll kit that I had in my stash from, you know, when I was collecting stash many years ago. And this was the first thing I worked on when I got back to stitching this year. And I don't remember who the kit is by. It might be Shepherd's Bush, because I love Shepherd's Bush and do a lot of Shepherd's Bush stuff. But the little saying on it really spoke to me. It says, "The work of my hands is the joy of my heart." So that's just a little needle roll, which I can't leave out to use because, you know, ribbon and cats, but what the heck. I liked it anyway. Anyway, that's probably more than you ever wanted to know about me. Hopefully in the future I'll have something a little more entertaining to talk about. But I really just wanted to say hi to everybody, and thanks to everybody that's a part of the FlossTube community, because you guys really have just inspired me and helped answer a lot of questions and are great entertainment. I enjoy all of it. I especially have loved watching Vanna and Stitcherista and Chelsea and Priscilla, which have got me all head up to do some Priscilla-fied finishes. We'll see how that goes, because I have so many things I want to do. You don't need to come over here, baby. Just so you know, this is one of my babies. This is Fairy. Her registered name is actually Once Upon a Time, but we call her Fairy. And she's a little chocolate torty Berman girl. And she's a sweetheart, like all Bermans are. You'll probably see lots more kitty cats. And all of my stitching has free kitty hair included. Always. That's okay. That's a trade-off I'm willing to make. Say bye. We hope to see you soon. Y'all take care, and I'll catch up with you soon.